Hey, Merry Christmas! A special edition of the Over Under podcast because we're dedicated to sport betting. We got nothing last night. I actually had a day off, Dan, of no sports betting.
It was kind of nice, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was kind of nice to not have to stress about anything at all and whatever.
So all is good in the hood, and I know the NBA is just underway. There might be some people who can get it, but I think it said 12:07 was the closing window of the first game. So we missed it. I know people. There are degenerates who are like, "Who do you like? Who do you like?" And I saw the total of 206 in the first game, and I was kind of like, kind of low for me, but I stayed away. But that's generally the thing on Christmas Day is first half unders, right? Like first quarter under, I guess, has been another one, Dan.
So the first half under was the trend for a while, but it appears that that's also been eliminated. It looks like it's got to be first quarter unders or nothing. I would be careful about playing every first quarter under. For instance, I don't like the Nets Lakers first quarter under, and I don't like the Celtics Bucks first quarter under. The rest of them, I'd say fair game. Go play. You know what I mean? Like I think that it's fair game and go do whatever. Look, all these trends are so public now. It's totally different than it used to be. But yeah, look, it's Christmas Day, man. Go out there, go bet some money if you want, And I don't think the first quarter unders are a bad way to go. I'm not going to PP any of them. To be perfectly honest with you guys, I don't feel super great today. So I'm trying to battle through right now. I didn't end up betting the first quarter unders like I usually do every year. I just the knowledge of everything is kind of just it's been out there. It's too far out. So anyways, happy Merry Christmas to everyone. I appreciate you guys for checking in today. And let's start to getting into it in regards to some of the other games. Joe, do you have any thoughts on on at least the NBA games quickly? No Kevin Durant for the Nets.
Yeah, no Durant.
Yeah, no Durant for the Nets. First game tipped off, so no Trae Young for the Hawks. Giannis is going to play for the Bucks, so he'll be back in there. No Luka Doncic for the Mavericks. One of these days where no matter what you do, there's there's all the big superstars, or a lot of them are at least out today. I think by far the best game going to be Warriors Suns. Majority of everyone's in. I think that's just a good game in general. I personally like Phoenix. I kind of Joe eating.
Hey, when the wife makes cinnamon rolls, you got to eat cinnamon rolls, right?
Well done, Connor. Well done. Yeah, I do not disagree with that.
Minus 450. That's a big juice there.
I think that's pretty. No, I think that's about right. Yeah, not to mention the cash. So
you know, go from 500 to 450. They didn't know.
Oh my god!
Hey, one thing real quick. As I just watched Kirk Herter, whatever his name is, knock down a three. He just that's the other guy. Anyways, he just tweeted out that dude, he drove from Atlanta to New York so he didn't be around anybody. Was in COVID protocol, didn't know if he could play. He's been driving from Atlanta to New York just so he could actually play in today's game. And he's got to stay away from his family. So and I know a lot of these guys are away from their family. That's another angle when it comes to the Warriors game tonight. They're pissed they have to play back-to-back games on Christmas Day. And dude, all right. So the other night I went to the Celtics game. They played Cleveland. Now I know Cleveland's been good, but dude, they were Taco Fall was starting for them. All right. So I took under 216. It landed on 212. So it hit. But when it comes to these various players now playing, should we see less scoring or less defense? And the only example that I can give you is the other night, was that game was 216. And I don't know, with some of these players out, like Durant and some big Trae Young, do you lean under because of the less scoring production?
No, not really. Not really, especially not in the Christmas games anymore. The books have adjusted to their totals and everything, so I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. But yeah, I mean, back in the day, 4 or 5 years ago, 100% that the totals would be way too high. People hadn't adjusted yet and everything. So, look, the Celtics have basically their entire roster out today. I honestly can't believe they're even playing the game. I was stunned that they're playing this game. They even have some of their hardship guys out now with COVID. So, yeah, the to me the Celtics are in a bad situation. Look, I know it's going to be a public side, but it's really hard for me not to take not to look at Milwaukee there. I do think that with Giannis playing, that obviously the under is a little bit better than it was because of the fact that Giannis is so effective defensively, changes things for what the Celtics can do offensively. I think that is a kind of a good angle there. Although the fact is that that's probably already the value, and that's already probably been hit. Golden State, to me, the one thing that I actually really like today in the NBA, I like Phoenix to cover. I think this team is fucking good, dude. And man, they continue to play at such a high level. That big number against a team like Golden State, yeah, I do think that probably means I'm leaning towards the big number and leaning. If I can find a 5.5 or a 5 on Phoenix, I'm probably taking a look at that. The other thing I am looking at today, I know it's gross, but the Lakers -1.5. Obviously, we just talked about no Kevin Durant for the Brooklyn Nets. This was a pick 'em last night. Now it's obviously 1.5 with Durant rolled out, although I'm not sure the line should have moved much because everyone kind of knew he was going to be out. So I do like the Lakers. But if you're asking my favorite NBA play today, there's no doubt about it. It's the Phoenix Suns. So yeah, that's that to me is the side I'm looking at.
So let's just talk about the Celtics game quickly.
Yep.
I don't know who's playing. I know there's a shitload of guys out. I've tried to fade this angle before. I think I might have told you this. But the line opened against the Celtics in Golden State -3. Well, because of all the guys, Al Horford was out and it went up to 5. I bet it at 5, dude. They won by 4. So, I missed the number. And that's on me, right? Because I should know, well, the value is at 3. You know what I mean? And I let it go 2 points up, and I lost. I would have got middled anyways if I bought it at 4. All I'm trying to say is this matchup with the Bucks today, the Celtics won the last matchup, if you remember. I think, did it go to overtime?
Yeah. I believe so.
Yeah. They won the last matchup. I personally think that Milwaukee's starting to get its legs under them a little bit. And they're going to be without Bobby Portis. They could be without Bobby Portis today. We don't know. He's actually killed the Celtics off the bench. So, Dan, lately I've been trying to look at angles, and sometimes you just can't bet angles. You just can't do it. So the thing is who's the better basketball team? It's the Bucks. Who's playing better right now? It might be. I mean, the Celtics have won 3 of 5. Now, they did blow a game against the 76. They blew that game. And they had nobody to defend. Let's be honest. Ennis Freedom was covering what's his name there down the whole entire stretch there. Embiid. Why could I forget his name? So that wasn't an advantage for the Celtics. I look at today. Now they're going to be without, I think, DiVincenzo.
Nope, DiVincenzo's making his season debut today.
Okay, boom, there you go.
Yep.
So they're going to get a little boost from that. They're at home.
Yep.
It's Christmas Day.
Giannis and DiVincenzo are both in.
They're the defending champions. And I guess that right now it comes down to the number, and I don't know, 7.5. I feel like, and again, I don't want to use the angle, but Tatum and Brown, won the last matchup. They know they can beat these guys. It's Christmas Day. Talk me out of the Celtics, man, because the only thing I can think of is they have too many guys out.
I mean, that's a major part of it. This team is not going to be really this team. It's going to be a combination of scrubs and a bunch of other guys kind of put together. So when I look at the Celtics and what they've done recently, it doesn't really mean anything to me. This is not the same team. They have a ton of guys out. This is just pass. It's a pass, dude. So I don't know. This is gonna be a game where I'm not gonna play anything in the Celtics game. Maybe look at second half, but again, I think it's too hard to kind of tell what they're gonna come out as. How they're gonna look early on. So that's a pass for me. I'm not even going to play anything on the total either. So again, that full game is just a pass for me. So
how can I watch that game without action? That's what everyone else is asking, right?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to watch that game. I don't care about. I'm just going to be honest with you. There's football on today. I'm taking football over the NBA today.
Okay,
and I do love the NBA. I get it, but
I'm with you. I'm with you on this.
Okay.
It's like today. We're eating at 4:00. Okay, I'm gonna eat my food, and I'm gonna after I eat, I'm gonna supplant myself into a chair.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be in a football food coma.
Nice.
With money on the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And like that's the day. That's the night. So I agree with you. Why dabble at something that's kind of unknown with the NBA? Like this is the official start of the season. Like I don't know. If there's an edge, I'd love for someone to like say, "Hey, here's my edge," or "Here's why I think this team." You like a team today? Go with it. Football, I think, should be the way to go. And I want to get into it in a second, but real quick, do you know who Norvel Pelle is?
Yes, I do. Yeah, 3-point shooter.
You knew who he was?
Yep. Used to play for the Pelicans. Yep. I didn't know who he was.
I only knew of him because he was at one point in his life, he was the
sorry. I mean the Nets, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean?
I think he was like an international kid who moved to California, was one of the top recruits in the country.
Yeah, he's like Lebanese.
Okay, yeah, but I only remember his name from him being like a star in California. So again, hey, who's Norvel Pelle, right?
He really has not played much. I remember he played like with Brooklyn very shortly. I honestly don't remember any of the team. I want to say he played with the Knicks, but I don't remember. I don't know why I said Pelicans. But yeah, I think he played for the Knicks. I honestly don't remember. I haven't seen a lot of his game. I don't know a whole hell of a lot about him. But he's a big guy, and whatever they need size right now. So I don't think it really matters. Like,
can I tell you what? Another reason why we should stick to football today.
Why?
The New York Knicks are up 19-3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They came out firing.
Yeah, I mean, right now the Hawks are without Trae Young. They're breaking everything. Who cares? Whatever. Okay? How about this? I've made an executive decision. Enough NBA. I got to be honest. I don't really care about the NBA right now. Like, I know it's fun on Christmas and everything, but like with all the players out, the value has kind of been fucking shot out of everything. Let's move on to college football because I think this college football game is super interesting.
We got a game tonight, right?
Yeah, 2:30, Ball State, Georgia State.
So Dan, let me just set something up real quick.
Yep.
I need help with bowl season.
Yeah, you are having a rough go.
It's not that I'm my problem is there's too many things going on. I can't get on the right side of it, you know? Like let's use UCF Florida for an example. I hate Gus Malzahn. I've always hated him. I think UCF is a bunch of dogs. That's why Gabriel transferred. And I'm like, what do these two teams have to play for? And I don't really think about it as this is UFC's time to beat fucking Florida, Emory Jones, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So you know how I said I'm trying to get away from the angles? You know what I mean? I'm like, Florida to beat these motherfuckers. Like, you know?
Well, to me, that's the angle. It was the angle in that game.
Yeah. So. And then, North Texas, I thought I was on the right side, and dude, they just couldn't put the ball in the end zone is what I thought. And I hate Edwards' brother.
I feel like that's going to be a very similar game today with the Ball State Georgia State game, dude. I actually don't know anyone who's on Ball State today. It does concern me a little bit. Like, forget about forget about just like fading the public or whatever. Right? Okay, first off, just so people know, that is not a profitable angle. That does not work. Like, purely fading people and purely fading the public has not worked for like years. So like that's people gotta like move on from that one. But what I do think is that, you take a look at these two teams and look, the MAC has had a horrendous start so far. And, But I think Georgia State, and I like Georgia State. I was high on Georgia State before the start of the season. Like this line is getting really high. I made this line 3 initially, which is why I didn't end up playing Georgia State because it opened 3.5. It opened, and I made this line 3. Now it's at 6, and it's actually going up to 6.5 some places. So if you want to wait on this one, I don't blame you at all. I'm really starting to like Ball State here, man. Like they're starting to be some legitimate value on Ball State. And look, I know the MAC has been horrendous so far, and I get it. The Fun Belt has been great, but again, we'll just take the conference out of it. Compare where these two teams were this season. Compare where they are now. I kind of like, at least in my opinion, I kind of like Ball State to cover the 6. I actually wouldn't be shocked if they won outright. To be honest with you, this Georgia State team, again, in my opinion, was really really hot to end the year, but I still don't know quite how good they are. And I'll tell you this: I definitely have a play in this one. Give me the under 52.5 PP.
Georgia State's defense is very good.
Yeah, to me, that is the play in this one. Like, I think that defensively, both these teams are still pretty solid. And again, I think people are overestimating Georgia State and what they did offensively down the stretch this year. Again, they were really, really good. And they put together some really, really good games. But let's also not forget, they struggled in certain situations against better teams. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where Ball State kind of ranks in terms of them, but I still think Ball State is being undervalued here. Like, yeah, I like Georgia State, and they really did have a good season. You really can't argue with that. But Ball State is being vastly overlooked here.
Well, I remember Ball State beat San Jose State last year in the bowl game.
They beat Army this year. They had good wins on the road. They were a good road team. They actually struggled at home this year, which is kind of surprising, but they were a good road team. And this kind of being a neutral site game, to me, in Montgomery, that kind of lends credence to a little bit. I think Ball State's a little bit more expecting. Georgia State, I mean, what really do they have to play for? I don't think Ball State has much to play for either. To me, there's like no real true angle there. But I just look at Ball State. I think personally, 6 points is too much. It's just too much with this team. And I like that, but I really like the under. To me, again, I think Georgia State offensively, when they face these teams who are a little bit more methodical, it's slowed the fuck down. And that's kind of what I think Ball State is going to do against them. And I think that will be an effective game plan. So that's kind of what I like. I like Ball. I lean Ball State. I'm not going to play it, but I like the under.
And I remember this name, Dan, Drew Plitt, from Ball State. He's good. He's efficient. They run the ball a ton too. So I agree, man. But the only thing again, if I'm eyeballing this one, I'm like, who do I like? I think Georgia State's the better team. But we're talking about a bowl game with like what implication? Is the Sun Belt down? Is the MAC really? They actually maybe were good that they had all those teams make it. I don't have an angle.
The MAC really sucks. Like I can't lie about that. The MAC really sucks. I just think that right now this line is too high. Again, I'm not taking Ball State yet. I actually kind of want to see if this gets to 7. Like I think there's a chance we may end up getting there before game time, which is not why I'm not PPing it. But I may end up jumping in on Ball State if it gets to 7. So that's how I feel about college football today.
So Dan, let's talk NFL. I think we're both on the same side of, unless something has changed. But when Arizona came out, I immediately liked them when I saw it at 1.5.
Yep.
I'm locked in. So I have Arizona. You can do it. I don't care if we PP it or not. I already took it. So like I don't. And this, I think, dude. Did you watch Hard Knocks? Oh, we talked about this. That was their Super Bowl. That really was their Super Bowl, though.
Yeah.
Like now they got to go on the road. And dude, let's just face it. Arizona stinks at home. They're without Hopkins. Murray's not playing well. They're one of the worst rushing defenses in all football, right? Everything is like stacked up against Arizona. They're at home. They win a game. They clinch a playoff spot. They've been a good team all year. Like, why can't they get it together today? And James Conner was hurt last week. I think he's going to run the football better. I like Arizona this week off just the emotional angle, but Arizona's not this bad, and I just think they put it together against a team that has to go on the road that's going to rely on a running game that if Arizona can stop that, now it's the Carson Wentz show, and we know what that is.
Yeah, exactly. I think Arizona's a good enough team to try and make Indy one-dimensional. You're not going to be the Cardinals' run defense is absolute dog shit, and so you're not going to be able to take Jonathan Taylor away. But you can make it more difficult for them to make Carson Wentz beat you, which I think the Patriots eventually got to doing later in the game, last week. And I thought Indy was very pumped up and ready for that game. The Patriots clearly were not. I thought that was a little bit misleading about the score early on, and we saw the Colts' struggles later on in that game. The Colts deserve to win that game. I don't think there's any question about that, without a doubt. But I do think that was a huge game for them, a very emotional game. The owner has things there, the coach has things there, everyone kind of has things there. So I mean, I do think that was a really, really important game for them to win. And the Cardinals clearly looking ahead past Detroit, and they just absolutely sucked. So look, great rebound spot with a letdown spot combined. This is a great play, and Arizona is a very, very good team. Quinn Nelson not playing for the Colts is going to be a big issue. I look at this Arizona team, and I think this team is in a great spot to bounce back. Chase Edmonds is going to be available as well. I just think that this is going to be a really tough Arizona team to beat. Short week for Indy, off an emotional game on the road. Tough spot.
Short week against a team that just lost to the Lions.
Yep.
Embarrassed. Because, dude, they went on national TV tonight. Boom, you clinch a playoff spot. So now it's you and the Rams, right?
Yep.
And the Rams got to win a game tomorrow too, right? And that puts pressure on them. It's the NFL. Like, this is bound. Things change week to week. And I will tell you, though, all the numbers, trends, all the bullshit, it's all Colts. It's all Colts.
I agree. But you've seen the sharp money. It opened 1 and moved to 2.5. I expected it to
sharp money. Yes, sharp money. And I don't want to compare this to the Patriots Bills line, which we don't have to talk about today.
No, we'll talk about that later. Okay,
but it's similar. The number opening line that So similar. I just wanted to share that. And then, dude, the reason why I wanted to save the 1 o'clock game or 4 o'clock game, because I feel like Green Bay. Here's my thought on it, like looking at it non-betting. Green Bay's off a sneak out. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I look at Cleveland as like, who's going to be their quarterback? Has that guy practiced? Is he ready to go? You got to go at Lambeau. Like at Lambeau. This is like
sounds like it's going to be Mayfield.
Okay. So he hasn't practiced like that.
I agree. I do think there's going to be some a rust factor there. I also take a look at Green Bay. Thanks. Shout out to Tucker, by the way. Tucker Boynton, who former Felger Maz intern, has been posting some really cool shit about. He's doing a lot of modeling and stuff, which is, in my opinion, fantastic. And he's kind of talked about Green Bay being overvalued. 3 wins over expected value this year, which is kind of where I had them. I told you I kind of like the under early in the season, the 10.5 wins. They've performed over expectations. And I do think you're seeing that line 7.5, 7, and it's actually 8 some places. I think the Ace PPH has an 8 right now. Like this game is very interesting to me, just because of the fact that I really do think I'm taking a look at this game. I really do think that this is a game where, look, I'm probably looking at fading about probably not playing anything. Like I'd probably still fade Cleveland. I know it's the square side, and no Green Bay, is not in obviously the best spot here, but it's really hard for me to back this Cleveland team, especially with what happened last week. But they still fought and battled, and that does mean something to me. Again, the spot to me, honestly, the spot's probably Cleveland. I'm just not betting it today, Joe. I just don't think this is a game that I'm interested in betting. And Green Bay, I do think Rodgers is kind of noticing that he's in that MVP race a little bit. I do think that kind of matters to him. I really do. And I know that that's kind of stupid and whatever, but that is an angle to kind of consider, is that Rodgers does care about that MVP race quite a bit. Like he does.
Let's talk about it like this. The Browns are beat up. They beat the shit. Their coach, I don't even know if was going to be there. I know he was in COVID protocol at one point. Cleveland's out there starting safety. Troy Hill's going to miss the game. Kareem Hunt is going to miss the game. Like, yeah, they're going to get 2 quarterbacks back, right? But this is a chance for the Green Bay Packers to end the Browns season. The Browns lost last week to the Raiders. They had a chance to be in first place. Now they're in last place in their division.
Yeah.
With 3 weeks to go, they lose today, they're done. Now, I know Pittsburgh could lose too against Kansas City, but they're done. At least Kansas City's got more wins.
Yep, that's true.
So this is Aaron Rodgers' knockout punch to Baker Mayfield. Like, and you said, I know it's the square side. Green Bay's always the square side, and somehow they cover. And I just want to say something about the Browns in general. If you ever bet the Browns or you're on their side, like, for example, I took the Ravens +3 a couple of weeks ago against them.
Yep.
When Tyler Huntley had to come in or whatever, they ended up losing the game by 2 points. So the spread was 3. I covered. But why are the Browns always in that situation? They're like one of the worst teams to bet on.
Yeah, look, they're a team that has been kind of ravaged by injuries this year. So I do think it's maybe a little bit unfair of us to kind of judge them that way. They've just been kind of getting screwed this year. I got to be perfectly honest with you, Joe. They've just been like screwed. So I don't know. I still look at this team and I still think that, they're playoff caliber if they're healthy. The weak spot's the quarterback, and I wonder if maybe we see Case Keenum. Because I do think that would probably be, an upgrade. I know that people don't agree with that statement, but I think Keenum is an upgrade over Mayfield. So I actually think that might be an interesting way to go.
All right, man. And then if you want to just tickle the Patriots, based off everything that's happened, Dan, the line opening, everything, I like Buffalo. There's a lot to unpack with the loss of Gabriel Davis. Possibly 2 offensive linemen for them. Is Emmanuel Sanders going to play? We know Cole Beasley's not.
Yep.
Kendrick Bourne on Twitter just said he got the best Christmas gift ever.
Yep. It just was announced that he cleared COVID protocols.
Boom. So who's not playing? Ramondre Stevenson and
Stevenson's out for COVID.
Aguilar.
And Aguilar's out. Yeah, non-COVID.
That's not great. That's not good. So who would you play outside now? If you go 2 receivers, it would be Myers Bourne.
Yeah, they'll be a little bit thin, but they'll go N'Keal Harry, and maybe they'll give Buffalo a little bit different look because Harry will actually be used on some passing downs, so that will change.
He could be used as a 3rd tight end on that crack block too. Dan, nice well. I've been saying, dude, I've been saying this for a while. He's gonna come down on a crack block. They're gonna pump fake it, or they're gonna do a play action. He's going to fake the crack block and going to be wide open. Mark my words. If we could bet on it, I wish I could. They're going to pump fake it, thinking that it's the crackback because he's on the field, and they run the ball every time he's on the field. And I guarantee they're going to do it once. Can he catch it? I don't know. But when they threw it up to him last week, that's what he does. He's not a route runner. You throw him the ball, he goes, he gets it. That's what he was at Arizona State.
Yep. No, I fully agree. We have it looks like we're going to have the first quarter in the Knicks and Hawks game come down to the final few seconds here.
51 points. 51 points.
51 points, first quarter under.
Did it hit? I see 12 seconds left in the game.
First quarter is over from what I see on the app here. 30-21, which would be under 52 and a half.
Yep, they missed the shot.
There you go. So on first quarter under, if you went first quarter under on
first quarter under, wow, huh?
You're 1-0. You're 1-0. I will tell you again. My personal opinion. Be wary of the Celtics Bucks and the Celtics Bucks and the Nets Lakers. To me, those are the 2 I would be careful on. I did not like either of those. I did not play either of those. So just be careful on those. Joe, I have one other play today. It is a college basketball play, and it does start in about an hour. So to me, this is going to be interesting. So we've talked about how NBA first quarter unders have been a thing, right? First half. Do you know what college basketball full games and first half unders went last year combined?
Oh, last year, a percentage?
Yes.
53. Ooh, 51%.
Last year, I believe percentages they went unders between the first half and for unders between first half and full game. 86% in college basketball on Christmas.
What?
Yep. It was one thing that I wrote down last year that I wanted to try a different angle on. Is that college kids, and think about it like this. I mean, really, it makes sense. If the pros are going to go out and party, what do you think the college kids are going to do? So they're going to go out and party. They're going to go out and have fun too. So yeah, I would be very, very careful. The one game that did go over, I remember, was the Minnesota Iowa game. It went into double overtime or overtime. But other than that, Michigan, Nebraska under, Maryland, Purdue under, Wisconsin, Michigan State under. So, Wisconsin, Michigan State full game over. First half over, full game under. So there you go. So that is how that went last year. I would be careful about that this year, and I'm going to lead off with Wyoming, South Florida under 123.5. The early game on Christmas Day after a nice night of drinking. Give me the under. Yep, there you go.
Well, I'm not sure if Dan gave his opinion on the Bills, but I don't. Dan, I don't. I have to wait until inactives. My only question is this, and again, I went in backing the Bills. What are the Patriots told them what they were going to do? We're going to run the football. We're not going to pass it, and you're not going to stop us. So, like, what's going to change?
I think that what's going to change is you're gonna have to run a different game plan. They're gonna want to take the run and make Mac Jones pass. I think last week Indy kind of kind of showed a lot of that, and that's not Indy's not a team that blitzes very much. They don't blitz very much. They blitzed a decent amount. They got Mac under pressure. I really felt that first interception was because of the pressure he was feeling. The second one, he was just laid on, and I think that was a great play by Okereke. Like, really, honestly, I truly don't think – I mean, he was a little bit late on throw, but that's just a great play by Bobby Okereke. You just got to give it up to him on that one. Like,
I do. I tip my cap, yeah.
Yeah, that's just a great play. Like, I can't – I'm not going to get Mac Jones. The first one was bad. And I do feel like, the Bills are probably going to try and replicate that game plan a little bit. Take away the run and blitz the pass. And I think Mac Jones is going to have to be ready, is going to have to be ready there, to pass, especially without Aguilar. They're a little bit thin there. No Ramondre Stevenson to kind of get those extra yards. Damian Harris, we still don't really know how healthy that hamstring is. Like, you may see a lot of Brandon Bolden tomorrow, or, you may see a lot of that. So I would just be careful, in terms of the way you approach the game. And me personally, I'm looking for Mac to spread it out and passing on them. We beat you one way, let's beat you the other way. That's classic Bill Belichick thing anyways. So there you go. That's what I like.
All right, bro. Well, I posted a picture of James Gandolfini. Most people know him as Tony Soprano. And I don't know. I watched this Christmas movie and he was in it. And I go, holy shit, it looks like Lifshitz. And my wife laughed because she goes, she knows you, so she's like,
I'm a big fan of your wife. So yes, if she's laughing like that, then
it's kind of funny,
I'm okay with it. Yeah, I can live with it.
The movie's on, and he's like, he said something like, "You looking at my daughter?" Like something like that, and I'm like, "It's Lifshitz," it's Lifshitz. So anyway, there's that photo out there if anybody cares, and. All right, Dan, I wasted your time. Thank you. 34 minutes.
There we go. 34 minutes. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Yeah, I don't feel great. Obviously, you can tell I've been coughing a little bit. I'm going to go back and me and my wife are doing in-home Christmas this year. We are not going anywhere. Just in case we are sick. We don't know if we're sick, but just in case. We're not going anywhere. We're staying.
A day off with no priorities is Christmas.
I know. And I'm just gambling all day. We're hanging out with the dogs. We're just chilling. So it's gonna be a nice, relaxing Christmas day. We're gonna make it up to the fam later. But we just don't want to get anyone sick in case we are sick. So we are staying home and watching sports all day, Joe. Honestly, I'm not too upset about it, to be honest with you. Kind of happy. So,
all right. Well, Dan Lifshitz is happy. So we'll leave on that note.
There you
Merry
go.
Christmas to all a good night. And we will be in touch with you guys next week, and I'm sure we'll put out more plays. All right, Merry Christmas. This is the Over Under Podcast.
Good luck, guys.
Who you got?